What's up, guys? Chase for XW here, and I am counting down my top 10 moments of 2014 for WWE. And number 10 on the list is the Usos winning the tag team championships. Personally, for me, that was a great moment because I've been fans of the Usos for a very, very long time. And when they finally pulled it off against the Rhodes brothers, I thought it was incredible to watch. Now, the match wasn't necessarily that great, but all the matches following were amazing, and so was the moment. So it was incredible for me, and that's why it's only number 10. And coming in at number 9 is the Money in the Bank match highlights. Now, there were so many of them in this match. I really enjoyed watching RVD in the Money in the Bank match again, alongside a bunch of younger superstars like Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. Now, Ambrose and Rollins had an ultimate war in this match, and Seth Rollins took one hell of a back bump when he was back body dropped off the top of the ladder, and I thought that was incredible. But my favorite part of the match had to have been when Seth Rollins climbed to the top of the ladder. So did Dean Ambrose, and Dean superplexed him from the very top. I thought that was insane. Even though it was insane, it is still not number 8. Number 8 is Daniel Bryan winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 30. I just thought it was a perfect culmination of his entire career. I mean, everyone wanted Daniel Bryan to win the Royal Rumble. Batista ended up winning it anyway. They had the Occupy Raw movement with Daniel Bryan in the crowd, and this was his perfect payoff, was winning at WrestleMania, and it was a great moment to watch as he reclaimed the gold and victory. And I'm really happy for Daniel, considering what happened afterward, that he still got his moment in the spotlight. Even though that was a great moment for Daniel, number 7 has to be Roman Reigns eliminating 12 superstars from the 2014 Royal Rumble match. I was standing up cheering for Roman Reigns, so excited for him. I wanted him to win the match, but instead he still got the 12 eliminations, and I think that was a great moment for Reigns, and it established him as a mainstay here in WWE. And now look where he is, winning Superstar of the Year. And it might not have been there if it wasn't for all those great eliminations made by Reigns. And we'll see what he does this year in the Royal Rumble. Probably going to win it. I mean, I don't know if he can be as dominant as he was last year, though. You guys might find my number 6 pick a little strange, but as a matter of fact, I think that Sami Zayn winning the NXT Championship is greater than the previous moments I've listed. To be honest, I was so emotionally invested in that match. I thought it was incredible. I mean, I was freaking out during that entire contest. It was beautiful. I mean, really, that they could not have done that any better. And Sami Zayn pulling out the victory, winning the NXT Championship in a great contest, I might add. I mean, I thought that was a Match of the Year candidate, if not Match of the Year itself. So I thought that that deserved to be on here, because usually matches don't draw that kind of emotion out of me. I was sitting down on the couch. Every time that Zayn would start building some momentum, I'd stand up, and when they'd kick out, I'd fall to the floor. I haven't felt that in a very long time, and this match made me feel that emotion. So to them, I thank you guys. Amazing moment. That was number 6. Now we are in the top 5, and number 5 is Seth Rollins turning on the Shield. I was not expecting that. If anyone was to turn, I was thinking it was going to be Roman. Definitely not Seth, and I thought it made for a great moment, and look where everyone is now. I mean, Seth, Dean, and Roman are all by themselves and thriving. So honestly, if this hadn't happened, then we wouldn't have the great matches that we're having between Ambrose and Rollins, and now going to be Reigns once he returns from his hernia injury. I think it's great. I mean, this really took me off guard. Triple H was like, there's always a plan B, and the Shield seemed like such a tight unit. Now, number 4 on the list is a little bit different, but it was watching the Ultimate Warrior get inducted into the Hall of Fame, and then the next night coming out on Raw with his entrance, with his entire family there. only to find out that the next day he sadly passed. And you know, that was a great 3 days, even though it's terrible for the Warrior and his family and all of us. But I mean, you couldn't have wrote the story any better. He comes back, he gets the Hall of Fame ring, and then comes out, makes his final entrance ever with so much energy and excitement, gives a great speech, and then passes away. But that was still one hell of a moment that drew a lot of emotion out of me, and I know all of you as well. Number 3 is The Rock coming back and dueling words with Lana and attacking Rusev. Now, the reason this is so high up on the list is because it was so damn unexpected. Now, Raw was so boring that night. The crowd was hating the show, honestly. They were booing every single match, and Rusev was out, and so was Lana, and they were talking, and the crowd just wanted to get it over with. But then The Rock came out, and the entire mood of the building changed. It was incredible. I jumped out of my chair, and once a moment can do that, like a return that's shocking, like, I like what they're doing with the new characters and introducing them in the vignettes and everything. But seriously, once someone breaks onto the scene and you don't know who they are, it's so much better. Now, we all knew who The Rock was, but we had no idea he was going to be coming that night. So that made the intrigue to seeing his promo and seeing what he had to say a lot greater. And, you know, he said some hilarious things in that promo that he cut on Rusev, and then he hit him a couple times, and then that never went anywhere. But still, it was an awesome moment. Number 2 is the WWE debut and return to wrestling of Sting. It was incredible. I can't even put that moment into words. The matchup was amazing, and Ziggler and Seth Rollins were shining in the ring, putting on one hell of a match. Triple H started attacking the referees, and then Sting came out, and it was amazing. He didn't say a word. He just walked to the ring, hit the Scorpion Death Drop on Triple H, and that's all that needed to happen. It was an amazing moment. I will remember it for the rest of my life. There are certain moments in wrestling history that you will never forget, and I know this one I will never forget, but number 1, I will. I mean, even in my grave, I'm going to be remembering this next moment. But still, this one was amazing. I've been waiting for Sting for a long time. He's one of my favorites of all time as well, just like this moment. Number 1 moment of 2014 was Brock Lesnar defeating The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. I don't know how this can't be number 1 on anyone's list. For me, it is the number 1 moment in wrestling history. To be honest, I still haven't gotten over the fact that The Undertaker lost. I mean, I still will hold it against WWE and Brock Lesnar for a very long time. I know it was The Undertaker's decision as well. But after all those years, after all those 5-star matches, you come in and put on a 3-star match with Brock Lesnar and just have it end like that, you know. I think that was a little ridiculous, to be honest. I would have been a lot more satisfied if the match was better. I realized Undertaker had a concussion. There wasn't much he could have done. But still, you give the fans what you want, and I don't think anyone wanted the streak to end, to be honest. My reaction was, oh man, this is going to be the most one-sided streak match of all time. Undertaker has this in the bag. I was saying the entire month. Well, hell, the entire year. Oh, okay, it's just Brock Lesnar. That means he'll be going on to face Sting next year, and then Cena the year after that, and then the streak will just be retired. I don't think the streak should have ever ended. I think it should have just been retired. Also, I was so happy throughout the match. Brock Lesnar started getting some momentum. I was like, what is going on here? It doesn't really make sense. I'm like, wait a minute. They're not going to do this. Undertaker, it was like, watching it, I felt like I was going 1, 2, and when the ref counted 3, I was still like, okay, where's the shoulder? Is he kicking up? And everyone in the crowd was silent. I had a party. Everyone in the room was silent. I've never seen that emotion evoked from a wrestling matchup in my entire life, and I've been to a lot, not just WWE, Indies, anything. I've seen someone die in a ring before, and I don't think they got that reaction that The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar drew out of that crowd. And here's another thing. I'm just going to make a rant for 1 second, since this is the end of the video. So, apparently, WWE's planning on putting Brock Lesnar with Bray Wyatt next year. I think that is the stupidest decision. And if any of you agree with that, I know it sounds good. I know Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt sounds good. Not Brock Lesnar, I mean The Undertaker. But it sounds good, but do you really want Undertaker losing again? 2 matches in a row he's going to lose? Seriously? That's just going to tarnish his reputation so much. Now, when a man like Cena loses or Brock Lesnar, they still are part-timers. They still wrestle multiple other times during the year. But if it's The Undertaker who wrestles 1 match a year, don't just make him another Chris Jericho. Don't just make him another RVD that comes over to put people over. That's a little ridiculous. I think he needs to go in the Hall of Fame. But still, I hope you guys have enjoyed my countdown. I think it's been great. And I will see you all next year. And I think it's going to be great. You guys should subscribe. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm giving away a WCW DLC pack, a Sting DLC, and a Hulkamania edition. So I'll see you all on my next video.